Hello, this is CS4621 PPA3. In this assignment, we'll have you write a maze crawler. So I'm in one right now, and the first thing that I need to do to be able to walk around is to click on the canvas so that the canvas becomes focused. And after that, I can move around using the arrow key. If I press the up arrow key, I move forward. If I press the down arrow key, I move backward. If I press the left arrow key, I turn left by 90 degrees. If I press the right arrow key, I turn right by 90 degrees. Now, the walls are walls. You cannot go through it. So if I go forward 2 times and then I press the up arrow key again, I cannot go through the wall. So I don't move. But if there's something that I can walk through, this empty cell over here, I can go ahead. Now, you see that there's a wall to my left in this configuration, and right now there's a wall to my back. So if I press back again, I cannot go through it. But if I go forward 2 times, then I can press back 2 times to get to where I started. The text representation of the maze is contained in this text area, and there are 3 characters that are used to specify this. The first character is the town character, which represents a cell surrounded by walls that you cannot go through. The second character is the dot character, which represents an empty cell that you can go through if it's not surrounded by other cells that are walled cells. The last one is this N character over here, and this specifies the initial position of the player, and the character ends also specify the initial heading of the player as well. So N here means that the player is initially facing north. So I can edit this text representation of a maze, and one thing to keep in mind is that you must edit it so that the maze remains a rectangle. So let me expand the maze like this and then make one more cell. Okay, so I can do update maze, and if we turn right, you see that the space just expanded, right? And I can walk around to the part that was just created. Now I can move the player initial position as well. So I move him here and I do update maze. You'll see that we used to have a wall to our left, but now the wall is gone. And if we turn left, we see the place that we were before. We turn right, we see the small corridor over here. I can change the initial heading. So if I want him to face east initially, I can write E, and you'll see that this is the small corridor. If I turn left 1 time, I'm back to the north facing configuration as before. If you want him to turn west initially, use the W character, right? And if you want him to face south first, and if I do update, we should face a wall. So S means south. So another thing that you can do with this maze crawler is to change the field of view of the camera. So now the field of view is 45 degrees. You can increase this to zoom out, and the largest zoom out value is 80. You can decrease this to zoom in, and the smallest zoom in value is 10. And let me just increase the zoom slowly so that you see what's going on. You can also change the height of the eye. Right now, the height of the eye is 0.5, which is just the middle between the floor and the top part of the wall. So I can decrease it down to 0.1, and my eyes are near the floor right now. And if I increase it, I can go up to 1, in which my eye is on the same level as the top part of the wall. And after you do this, you can still move around, and the things that you see actually change a little bit. So implementing all these features that I've shown you so far is only a part of the assignment. To get full credit, you'll have to implement at least one extension, and these extension includes a skybox or a better shading model for the walls and the floor, so that it doesn't just look like someone just slapped the texture on the wall and the floor. You're supposed to make it so that there's some lighting in the scene, and that so that it looks more realistic. So we hope you have fun with this programming assignment and learn a lot about 3D programming with WebGL. I'll see you around.